Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Friday Night Ramblings. This is going to be a short one today. I've got a couple new tools and several jobs that came in I was going to show you. And I broke my edge finder. Didn't get it on video, but it no longer finds the edge. So, had to order a couple more of those because I'm pretty rough on them. Anyway, let me show you what's going on here. Yeah, this is going to be a short one today. Not a whole lot going on, just a lot of machining. Here's the edge finder. And what happened was I accidentally rammed it into a part and it went way over this way like that. And now it won't do anything. This side still works, of course. But I like to have my other side, so I do have a couple other ones. None in this style. I like the 1/2-inch barrel and the 1/2-inch finder. So we ordered a couple more of those from McMaster. They'll be here probably today. Here's a couple of sterrets that I have I don't use very often. We've got some jaws we got to heat treat. We've got several jobs, as you can see. First off, this is a job for me right here. This is my chuck wrench for my lathe. It's for my 4-jaw. I do not like it. It is far too small and short. I'm not sure if it's what came with it or not. It's what was given to me when I bought the lathe. So we're going to be making one of these out of tool steel. About 6 inches more on the handle. Probably a few inches taller. The square doesn't fit very good, so we're going to be making a new drive end for it. I want to say it's a little bigger than half, like a 17/32 or something. It's an odd size. But anyway, I found these. If you all have ever seen these before, I hadn't seen them. These are actually step blocks. But they're spring-loaded step blocks. Now, looking at them, I honestly have no idea how I'll use them, but they seem like they're going to be really handy when I do. And they're made in Germany, so they have to be good, right? But I saw them at a little sale I went to through the week. And they were $5, so I picked them up. I'm sure these are like $600 new. No idea. But I could see those coming in handy sometime. We've got a nut for a reed vise here. But as you can see, somebody booger welded together. Somebody welded it up. Looks like bird poop. Right? We've got to grind all that old weld out. We have to machine that dovetail back in it, just barely scrape the surface. We don't want to take any extra material off. Probably going to have to hand sand or file that once we get down close. And we're going to brace it because as you're tightening, you've got forces on this nut. You're pushing this way. Yes, the dovetail holds it. But also, if you go to loosen it, you're pushing against it. You might be pulling against it. Not sure. Can't really think that way right now. It is Friday. So, we're going to just brace it because this used to be a nut with a backlash adjustment in it. These came with a straight up and down right here piece, still threaded. And it has a threaded hole right there. And you adjusted the backlash. So these were very, very prone to break. I've seen some pictures. After I got sent this job, I didn't know these existed, so I looked them up. And I've seen several pictures of these breaking. So the whole piece broke off. Whoever the guy bought it off of just snot welded this thing back together. It's not very good. So we're going to be fixing that. We've got yet another set of Parker jaws for a Charles Parker vise. They are worn. We will be resurfacing those. Pretty simple little job. We've got a set of Prentice jaws that I believe they're Prentice. I'm not sure if the vise was unmarked or what. I forget. But anyway, we have to measure these and lay out all the dimensions. You know, these are not in bad shape, but we want some new ones. So we're going to measure them, get all the dimensions, make them a new set of tool steel jaws, serrated. And let's see here. So this is a lockdown for, can't remember. It's very hard to keep track of everything. But same story here. This thing have somehow broke. Somebody welded it back together. It looks like to me. And they put an oval bolt in there somehow. Explain that. No idea. But this stud's loose, so it's just junk. So we're gonna make one. Probably just out of some I don't know, 1140 or stress proof, something like that. I don't think we'll do tool steel and harden it. I don't think it's necessary. All this is a swivel lockdown. It slides around in that dovetail section of your vise as you swivel it. And the lockdown nuts, he didn't want a new nut, so he just wants 2 of these to be made, and that's it. So that'll be a simple little job. And he also wants a pin. I believe this is for a Reed 405, now that I see the pin. But anyway, this pin has seen better days. So it's going to be getting a new pin. I don't think he wants it knurled, but you'll be seeing the machining on that. You'll be seeing the machining on all of this when I get to it. We're still several weeks out from getting around to all these because we have dozens of jobs ahead. Here's a little something I'm going to show you. I better put this knife up. It's bad luck. Here's something I'm going to show you right here that I picked up. This isn't a new tool purchase, but you haven't seen it yet. So this is a 4-inch carbide slitting saw. Unused, got it on eBay for a hilarious price. I'm not going to disclose that, but if you're familiar with these, you know what I'm talking about on buying new carbide slitting saws. You don't want to do it. But what we're going to be doing is grinding these teeth down to a 45-degree point. So they're going to come down to a point, and we're going to actually start cutting serrations with this right here. And I'll come back to that and explain how this is going to work. But first, let me show you the last and funniest repair. So this guy bought this vise, and it was absolutely destroyed. The spindle was. All right, there you go. So, spindle's destroyed. It's got some crazy weld. Hold on, let me grab this. It's got some crazy welds going on. As you can see, somebody got this thing like 10 million degrees and tried to braze it, it looks like. Tried to weld it, ended up just melting the thing. So we're going to chop that right off there. We're going to keep the screw. And we're going to make this guy a whole new one. Not the screw. He's going to keep the screw. We're going to make a brand new front part of the spindle here. Brand new handle, because as you see, the handle is just some piece of metal they had. And it's just, yeah, it's not good. They put some pool balls on there. Not sure if they couldn't find anything else or if they just thought this would be cool as heck, but they sure did it. So this is going to be a major lathe job. We're going to cut this off probably in the bandsaw. We're going to indicate that spindle in the lathe. And then we are going to weld or braze, but probably weld. We might even thread it and weld it on there, just for a little extra. Not sure yet, but we're going to be making a brand new one. So we'll weld it on there and we'll turn it to this shaft. So this shaft is indicated running true. In the lathe, we're going to turn this section down to it so it'll all be in the same plane. And then we will make probably just a straight cylinder I'll talk to him about. It'll be a lot cheaper for him. So it's going to be a straight cylinder like on a Colombian. And then we're going to drill the hole. We're going to machine him a new 7/8 inch handle by 16 inches long, which is what came on these. This is a Reed 106. So we're going to make that a very, very nice slip fit. We're going to have to weld up the set screw hole and drill a new set screw. Make him a new collar because he wants a new collar also. This one's aluminum, best I can tell. Haven't stuck a magnet to it or anything, but I'm not sure what this piece is right here. I need to ask him. It might be a spacer between the body that they just threw on here. I'm not really 100% sure. But this is going to be a future job, probably a video in itself, I would imagine, because we're going to have some hours into this one. Anyway, there's that job. Okay, a new purchase right here. This was the other addition to my milling machine, my sharp milling machine that I talked about in last week's video. So these are from Octane Work Holding. And these I've been wanting for a long time, just never felt like doing it. But they go in your T-slots and keep your T-slots clean. And I didn't film it, but my T-slots were packed like cement in there because I do not scrape them out very often unless I need them, which is really a shame. So I've got them pretty much scraped out. I've still got to do some cleaning on them. We're going to hopefully get to these in a couple weeks with the digital readout on the milling machine. And I'll be making a video just for that. Just milling machine, a little bit of maintenance, a little bit of upgrades to it. So we'll be installing this, installing our second Kurt vise and the digital readout. And I'll be showing you how to install a digital readout in case you're unaware or unfamiliar. What else did they send us here? Some business cards, cool sticker. All right. But anyway, I got 20 feet of this. I'm hoping I have enough for the Bridgeport also, but I highly doubt it. So that'll probably have to come at a later date. But this is really nice stuff. And let me keep going down the line here. Uh-oh, we're stuck. Okay. So it wouldn't be an episode without a new vise. Got a new Prentice number 50. It's a little 3.5 inch vise, about 25 pounds. It's in excellent shape. Let me get you in closer here. But it's actually, from what I can tell, the same vise as this. Just a little bit narrower jaws as this Monarch that I showed you in last week's video. So, it's another cool one for the collection. I've actually got a 51 and a 58 and now a 50. I've sold 54s, 55s, I sold a 56. We're going to try to get the whole set back. And here it is sitting on its largest brother. This is not the smallest they made because those are very hard to find. All 30 pounds of her. Pretty cool little vise. I saw it on a marketplace nearby and just had to have it. Did I need it? No, but I collect them in this size and smaller because they're easy to move around. You don't have to put on a bodybuilding weightlifting belt or anything to lift them. You don't need a crane like you do for this one. You can just move them around. So I like to collect these. This one might get used, I'm not sure yet, but I need one over there for changing my inserts, and if I do, I'll be making some brass jaws for this, or copper. But I need something to hold the arbor on the what's it called? You know what I'm saying. Clamp that so I can change my inserts. You know what I'm saying. There it is. We're gonna move it because we will drop it off here. So let's move it back. All right. And last but not least, as far as vices go, let me drop you back down so you can get a good feel of this thing. Now I'm gonna be showing this in a later video that I'm trying not to spoil, but it's really hard not to. I believe you guys are going to enjoy this. I will tell you right now, this vise is getting new jaws. While I have made them on a surface grinder in the past, it is an absolute pain to make them that way. So, we are working with a local machinist. I've told you that. He's using a shaper. He's actually a YouTuber. So, you're going to be seeing a video of this. Not sure when, we're still discussing, but it's going to be on his channel. And then the second half of the machining will be me hand fitting this, doing the serrations on the teeth, drilling the pin holes, installing new knurled pins in this, and heat treating it. So you'll be seeing all of that. And that'll be probably a 2 or 3 part series, and I like to show everything. I'm not sure how much he's going to show of the shaping, but I'm going to put a clip in there, just a short clip in my video, and there'll be a link to his channel. You'll be able to see him make these, and look at this monstrosity. This is 33 inches end to end. It's a 345 pound vise, if I'm not mistaken. You did get to see it in its crate. Me and a whole team of guys brought it over here. No, not really, just me. Because I'm super strong. And I have a crane right here. So anyway, that's what this is going to be. It's going to be a really, really nice project. And it's going to be picked up from the customer in about middle of June, late June. So I get to play with it for a long time. Not really, I get to look at it for a long time. This is going to be awesome right here. Like I said, I've been collecting for about 12 years. This is the first time I've seen an 8-inch Parker in real life. You know, not on the internet. They really are something. I told you guys it was a number 6. I actually think it's a 60X, but the numbers are gone. Somehow they've gotten knocked off of there. But this vise has seen some use. I'm sure it came out of a railroad somewhere. Looks like the collar is changed on it. Looks like somebody made this collar. So, not really sure there either. I'll probably tighten this up for him because it's got some, I'm not even strong enough to move this. It's got a lot of play in it, a lot of slop. So you'll be seeing more of this. But lastly, let me show you what I'm talking about here with this carbide slitting saw. Okay. All right, so you get the picture here. I'm not going to put it all together right now. Carbide slitting saw up in there. So this will all come after we do the digital readout and after we put in our slots and everything after that video, because I'm gonna have to start moving that. If I do serrations on here, I'll have to start moving that knee up and down a lot. So our programs are gonna have to be set to the 2 vices. Remember, I'm gonna have 2 vices on this machine. Gonna scoot that one over a little bit. Maybe we might scoot it this way, put the other one here, and then over there we'll be making, I'm gonna make an angle plate right here. It's gonna be aluminum backing plate with individual plates that can bolt on there, like 5 sets of my Wilton, let's say Wilton 600S. So those will be bolted here, and we'll be feeding this back and forth across them. Feed across, drop down, whatever our pitch is, 150 on those. Feed across, drop down, 150, feed across, drop down, and so on. So we'll be writing a program for that. So we will be completely set up with that. I'll be able to put that Bridgeport head back up straight. Gonna tear it down once I don't have to use it for serrations. I'm gonna tear it down, completely clean that machine out. You're gonna see a video of the full head rebuild on that and an X and Y nut rebuild. So you're gonna see this. You're gonna see a full head rebuild on this Bridgeport. You're gonna see the table come off of it. I'm gonna have to take probably the knee off of it. I've never messed with any of this as far as rebuilding. I have had the table off of it once, but for the knee does not lock on this machine. Don't know why. Well, this is the Y axis. Knee locks right here. It doesn't lock whatsoever. The nut on X and the nut on Y have an insane amount of backlash. The gibs are tight. So this machine is going to get a full rebuild, if not sold, and another one's going to get purchased because it's a mess. The head is a disaster. I broke a bolt off of the front here. Yes, I did. I over tightened it. So it's going to need bearings up in the top. It's going to need spindle bearings because it is extremely loud in here where the spindle runs at. It's extremely loud in the head up top. It gets hot to the touch. So yeah, a lot of problems on that machine. And one day in the future, you're going to see, let me show you here. Come back down, please. All right, let me give her a shot of lube. I haven't used it today. Watch out for the spinning handle of death. Whoop, 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 whoop. And this machine's got the turkite on the waves, but I actually scraped these out yesterday. These are your oil passages, and they are completely clogged up. This one doesn't oil and this one doesn't oil. As far as the other side, it won't go that far. So this table is going to have to come off here also, which you will be seeing, yes, a video about that. So I scraped these out yesterday, and which I do probably about once a week. Scrape them out with all the gunk, throw some whey oil in there. Looks like this one's already gone. But I need this machine replaced also, but I just can't be without it right now. So that's kind of my dilemma. I don't have the time to do everything I need to do to the machines because of the amount of orders that I get. So one day in the future, I may have to either take a full week off work. And it does look like we have a pretty major, I'm not sure if that's a leak in here. It's completely full of oil, whey oil. So I'm not sure what's going on there either. But I just figured I would show you some of the issues. You know, all these older machines have issues with them. So I just figured I would show you guys some of the issues. You know, all these older machines have a lot of issues to them. Sometimes, some more than others. But this Bridgeport is our main concern right now because it is going to explode. It's going to happen. Not really explode, but I'm not sure what happens if you keep running this head with bad bearings. If we start eating into the casting, if we might have to buy a new head, I have no idea. I've never been into the head of one of these. So you're going to come with me. We're going to disregard all of the instructions that it comes with the rebuild kit. And we're going to wing it and probably never get it put back together again. But it needs the worm gear also. Forgot that part. I'm going to buy all 4 new studs for it. New head bolts on there. Man, that CNC ringing of the servo motors really drives me crazy, sorry. This machine's going to get an upgrade from this little air nozzle here to probably a sorry about that. It's going to get an upgrade from the air nozzle to a Noga mist cooler like it's on my other machine. And here's just a little of what I'll be working on tomorrow in the morning, Saturday morning. I'm working on a vise handle I started Wednesday. Haven't had a chance to mess with it again. So this handle's to length right here. We got to pull it out, chop it off with the bandsaw, get it down to length, and then I did make the handle knobs for it. Let me show you. And please don't laugh, but I've been fighting a mouse. As you see, I've been fighting this mouse for a few days. He, for some reason, thought, hey, that looks tasty, and started ripping these bags apart. So, thanks a lot, mouse. But we got him. We did. I laid out 9 mouse traps, and we got him. But I already made the ends for this. Let me see if you can see that. Pretty good. Sorry, I'm still not very good at filming, but I'm trying. Here's the end knobs. Already made. All we got to do, throw a couple studs in the end of that, thread them on, Loctite them, just one of them, and send it off to the customer with a little bit of Loctite on for the other end. And that's what I'm working on, guys. Bright and early, 4 o'clock tomorrow morning, I will be starting back on this handle, getting it knocked out, heat treating the jaws that go with it, and getting those shipped off. And really just trying to catch up on work, because it has been an absolute nightmare. I'm getting slammed lately, and I'm not sure why, if it's vise restoring season or what, but I've gotten, man, since the last video, 7 new jobs as far as actual jobs go. But I've gotten some orders for some jaws that I already had made, and I've shipped those out. But yeah, I'm staying really, really busy. I'm gonna keep trying to provide content and exciting content that you all can watch. Every Friday you will see a video, even if it's just like this. That's why we call it Friday Night Ramblings. Just a random general nonsense video. Don't feel like machining. You know, I'm pretty exhausted from working all week and doing this every day. So my Friday evenings, I just like to get out here. You know, I usually have a ton of packages to unbox and people to write down on the list. Sometimes those packages come with tons of parts in them. I got to categorize, make sure I don't mix any customer parts up. Get the list made, get a game plan, get materials ordered. Got to call them before 5 o'clock usually to get the material ordered. So yeah, I've got several exciting videos coming up that you're going to be seeing. All these repair videos, some more machining videos as far as general machining that I do. You're going to be seeing some handles. You're going to be seeing some milling work. That Colombian vise repair is still right there at the top of my mind. I've got to get to it. That is mine. So my priority is below my customer's priority. You know, that's just the way it is. Hopefully we can knock this list out and have 3 or 4 days. Yeah, fingers crossed on that, and we'll get it knocked out for you. Anyway, stay tuned for a big copper machining job that I filmed, and it's already done. You're going to be seeing it Sunday morning, Sunday evening, something like that. It's about 3 o'clock Friday. I've got to get this video stopped, and I've got to throw it up, edit a little bit of the awkward moments out, like this one right here. And anyway, guys, thank you for watching. We are up to 215 subscribers as of right now. I checked right before I started filming this. I absolutely can't believe it, and thank you guys for subscribing. And if you're enjoying this and you want to share it with your friends, share it to your Facebook, it would really help out. You know, I'm trying my best here to make quality videos. I've at least got the video and the audio sorted out. Now I just got to figure out some content to give you guys that you would really want to see. We've got a very large welding job coming up also. Forgot to mention that. It's going to be about a 30-hour welding job. Making 4 carts. That's all I'll tell you right now. So you'll be seeing that too. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.